YTBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. And guys, I want to talk to y'all about how the money in boxing works, okay? Like really and truly how a fighter gets paid. And I'm finna open you guys' eyes up and I'm gonna use a really good analogy and I'm finna show you right here. Okay, right here what you see on the screen. This is pretty much my compensation for an accident that, I had a car total. Well, and it's not the most pleasant thing that you have to go through. You have to negotiate, you have to get an attorney kind of help you, I guess, recover fees and damages and that stuff. But then I got to looking at this and I'm like, you know what? Dang, the attorney gets the same percentage of the money that I get. But then there's this doctor, chiropractor, because yeah, I technically wasn't hurt, but they send you to the chiropractor anyway because it's like a big, it's a big money making scheme between the attorney and the chiropractor, and everybody knows this, okay? But I looked at what I got for this, just go to the chiropractor and just see an attorney, and I recovered $1,700, which that's not a bad payday. But then I got to looking at what the purse was. The purse was $5,200, and I started thinking to myself, what could I have done to really, I guess recoup a lot of this money? What could I have done? Like, what could I have done differently to get more of my purse? And for starters, I'm not an attorney. So I don't know the legal system ins and out like these accident attorneys knows. Like I don't know. I don't know how they get these guys to pay up. I'm I just don't know, okay? And I'm not a chiropractor because a chiropractor they have to actually say that you've been damaged. In order for you to get money, they say that, you were damaged. Okay? And see, I just go, I just went anyway because they said that I had a problem. I never said I had a problem, but they're the doctors. So I'm not a doctor. So I figured, I said, dang, what if I knew what if I knew the legal system, and what if, you know, I knew a chiropractor that was a friend of mine? You know, I could have recovered $5,200 in this purse. Well, let's translate this to what the fighters are doing, okay? Okay, a fighter, you're looking at the same thing. But the purses, sometimes six figures, sometimes seven figures, eight-figure purses. Okay? But you don't have an attorney if you're a fighter. They probably do hire an attorney for legal stuff, but that's not like a ongoing expense, if you know what I mean. Okay? A fighter will have what you call a promoter. Well, my promoter was my attorney. He was my promoter. You see, he did all the negotiations for me. I didn't do anything. He did the negotiations. He set up he set up the doctor visits. He did everything. The attorney did. Okay? He was my promoter. So he took his 33% of my purse. He took his 33 or maybe 25% of my purse. That's what he took. Okay? Well, the same thing. You have a promoter, and these fighters, they're fighting for these promoters, and the promoter, before the fighter even see money, they know the purse amount, but the promoter gets his 33, 25 to 33% cut. That cut's already gone. The fighter don't see that, okay? And I didn't see $5,200. Only thing I saw was $1,700. That's all I saw. Okay, and then you have a manager. Okay, and let's just say the manager is the doctor. The manager is in charge of, the day-to-day operations for the fighter. He's in charge of getting the fighters, commercials, promotional deals, that kind of thing. That's what a manager does. Well, he's going to get, roughly his 10% cut. He's going to get his 10% cut. Now, let's dig into this even a little bit deeper. Okay? If you have a trainer, the trainer, he's going to get his 10% cut. So, okay, you've got a promoter, you got a trainer, and you've got a manager. Okay? So you're very well looking at, the promoter probably gets about 25% on the low end. The manager gets 10, the trainer gets 10, the fighter has only 35% left of his purse. And henceforth, I only got about 30% of my purse. That's how it works in the sport of boxing. And the fighter, they probably got other little people, they pay their sparring partners and, they do, vice versa. They got to pay them. So, a purse that a fighter had, they got 55% of their purse left. They paid probably another 10% to sparring partners, and now they're left with exactly 45% of the purse that they get to keep. Okay? And they may pay out a couple of other expenses that, happen in the camp. They might hire chefs and stuff. So now you're looking at another 10%. So all in all, a fighter will roughly keep about 35, maybe 30 to 35% of his purse. That's all he gonna take home. That's what he see. And then of course the taxes eat into the rest because it's $1 million purse. So you are into another tax bracket. So now the fighter now is left with about 25% of his purse. That's all he got. That's all he gonna take home with. So when these guys are getting these big, big, big time paydays, they're giving up about 75% of that purse. They're giving up. So if a person make $100,000 purse, they're only gonna get $25,000. That's all they get. Okay, that's how it works out. They're only gonna get about 25,000, maybe 30,000. So I guess that's why a lot of fighters, man, they really, really go after the money, and I don't blame them. You know, if you're making $2 million, you're only gonna keep 25% of $2 million. That's all you taking home. When it's all said and done, that's what go in your bank account. 25% of $2 million. What is 25% of $2 million? That's $500,000. So you get a $2 million purse, but you only keep 500,000 in your pocket. I mean, that's still a nice little good payday chunk of money. But when these guys, they say, oh, they're becoming an instant millionaire, they don't become no millionaire. Like when Chris Algieri fought Manny Pacquiao, he got $1.2 million. But Chris Algieri probably put about $300,000 in his bank account. That's what he put in his bank account. So when you look at that money, it goes quick. Adrian Broner got 1.2. No, he got $1 million to fight. Who he fight? Oh, to fight Khabib. But Adrian Broner probably put $250,000 in his bank account. So guys, that's how it is. Okay, so you can relate it to what I just showed you. Guys, I hope this kind of helped you guys understand a little bit more about the boxing and about what these fighters, their purses. Because some of you guys always get on here talking about, oh man, well I wouldn't fight him because man, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Man, he just need to get in there and fight. I'll fight him for $600,000. Okay. Well, but what's 25% of $600,000? Okay, 25% of $600,000, y'all. I mean, you're talking about maybe 150,000, maybe at the most. That's what you're talking. So, these fighters, they have expenses. They just don't keep the purse. Like people see a purse amount and they think, dang, this fighter paid. Boy, they don't keep all that money. Most of that money, 75% of that money is out the door. And that's just the way that is. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. Subscribe.